Right, so now we have Royal Jesters against Detonation Focus Me, or FM. I don't know why I say Focus Me. It's just probably it's probably just FM, right? So first ban on Rascal Jesters is the Hammer. Makes very much sense there. Zero's Hammer is very scary. Aatrox also kind of makes sense. Evis Aatrox is potentially good. Also, as a ban, it doesn't make sense. It's a priority pick. It is a good pick for TFM, but I don't think it's worth banning. Jarvan coming out as last ban for Royal Jesters. Steel is pretty good Jarvan, so does have that potential. Detonation Focus Me knows that they can play Soraka. Soraka is pretty solid picks all around. Very safe. Rumble too, very prioritized. They choose to ban Set because they think they'll prioritize that. So in this case, we have Akali open. We currently have Akali open and he's not first pick. Detonation Focus Me, pick that. Was that an advanced bait from last game? We'll never know. Because the last game, they banned Akali on blue side, giving away that they probably didn't play Akali. So now the question is, did they panic pick Akali, or was that a bait to get Akali in this game? Because this game is probably the harder one, and the last game they could give away with like just doing one ban less. Now, why didn't Royal Jesters pick Akali on first? Well, maybe Detonation Focus Me know that they don't play Akali on Royal Jesters either. So they baited Royal Jester into thinking that Akali is not a pick at all for this game. Meaning that they didn't need to ban it either. That is a lot of ways that this pick and ban phase could have gone with just a single ban difference, right? It's very interesting. Aphelios not being banned out is also questionable, I think. He's probably the strongest AD carry right now. He's at least the best two. Could potentially argue that. He's very good. Could also argue that his nerf is not really significant. And Senna is probably going to drop in priority. And in that case, you might as well just get as much stage time as Felix as possible because he's so strong. So improving on him is pretty valuable. Trundle gives away that maybe there's something specific you're going for, or it's very good against Orange specifically. As in when you're playing him jungle, probably, because that's probably the case. Syndra made it past all of this too as well. What is this? What is this pick and ban? I never been keeping up. Completely forgot about Syndra here. Rek'Sai banned out. Nautilus. I mean, Rek'Sai picked up. Nautilus picked up. Lee Sin is not being picked for either side. Greg's not picked for either side. There is really odd drafting. Syndra picked up after they banned Misfortune, because that was together with Senna, the few AD carries that you still want to pick in this patch. Preferably, but they seem to be prioritizing Varus. They also banned LeBlanc, who can do it decently against LeBlanc, Syndra, I suppose. Also has good setup with Rek'Sai. Braum, Leona makes sense to block out the Warren ultimate, right? So Leona is more like, she's pretty good because strong pick. Now it does seem to be a Cassio as well being picked up that is gonna go mid there. It does have, it's a very wonky matchup for Cassio here. Syndra obviously has the way easier one. Taric is the interesting part here. The actual is this draft like is so off, so many priority picks being left open and not really prioritized all of a sudden, even though they have been for this week and last week. It's just very questionable. And Taric, I don't even know. Did they run out of picks that they really wanted to play? I think there was plenty open, right? but maybe they think Taric is just more valuable. But I don't know. Taric is usually not really that incredibly good. I guess together with Syndra you can kind of do setup when you're going mid. It's very easy to just have Syndra stun and you get a free stun for yourself and things like that. But yeah, Trundle is potentially a good jungler. I think he's kind of reliant on getting ahead, where he's just going to be to counter another champion who anyway doesn't actually have to be directly countered by that because they have more than just resistances as their kit, right? Right. Going into it, seems to be Rek'Sai plays down ward and recalled for swap. Varys also plays down a ward. And at the both entrances on their red side, meaning that Rek'Sai might be starting blue side, which does make sense considering that Ornn is not really a good lane to gank, and Akali can be rough to gank as well. So with that, they're probably gonna go for a more explosive bot lane. Taric is a pick that can potentially neutralize that, as it's a very safe pick. Decent healing, stun, and all of that good stuff. It does seem like he didn't walk top and instead starting red side, so that means maybe he's gonna look to clear full clear. Don't really think ganking top lane is what he's gonna be doing, so instead Trundle seems to be the one going for an early pathing route with the buff into Gromp, and then we'll see how he does that, if he paths back or if he's going for a gank. Scuttle is not up for another minute, so it's nothing really in the river to do. There won't be really an interaction between the junglers. Rek'Sai is doing the 3 camps into blue probably. I don't think he's gonna go for a full clear. But we'll see. Or maybe, huh? He seems to be actually going for that full clear. It's very questionable, really. What will he get once he gets 6? He only gets the ultimate. Allows him to dive. Is there anything they want to dive? Well, maybe mid lane. But yeah, even then, I think it's not going to matter too much. Bot lane being pushed up, Aphelios does have that advantage. He does run Conqueror though, which can be problematic. He doesn't have the same kind of damage. Yeah. Oh. Cassius being a bit screwed. But does trade back really well, Good trade on bot lane. Guy got a bit chunked. Problem with Taric is he's very easy to just clap and he gets chunked, and his healing is very expensive early on. Heavy seems to be punishing this guy really hard too. He can set up a freeze here. Heavy should not let him get close to that. What a god. I'll be honest. Oh, Utapon is alone in lane. How did this happen? What the? Why is he still here? Okay, Utapon, Aphelios, recall. He walks back to lane. Guess he doesn't want to recall with. Taric doesn't even have to recall either. Like, you got decent mana, and this is just like Taric inting, and then Aphelios like inting because of that. Then we're getting this trade again. Heavy having a strong freeze here. Hacha Mecha has to do something against this one time. It's not gonna be like last game, hopefully, where Evie just gets so big and can't do anything in the lane. Good son. He should just shove this up really fast so Evie can't have time to recall if he wanted to. Right, so now Evie's stuck on their tower here. Cog should probably look to get some vision if he can. Oh, he doesn't have any ward. What? Did he ward in the brush? Okay. Bot lane brawling seems solid. Heal to neutralize it all and then go again. Steel is around though. Hacha Mecha is coming around. I don't think people expected Steel to be right there. They wanted to fight on the blue side because, well, they knew their jungler was coming, but they probably didn't expect Steel to be there. That's why they kind of fought back and just retaliate. Dragon is an objective. Very important to know. Trundle takes it pretty fast, pretty easily. Rek'Sai does gain vision of it pretty easily though. Can potential steal. I don't think that's a good idea though. It's very risky and it's not really... Oh, he did steal it though. Oh my god. Right, now this fight all of a sudden turns out pretty bad for Detonation Focus Me. They kind of get caught and they shouldn't be able to steal this dragon really. And it's really not worth it to do it because he should have died for it. So in that case he wouldn't be worth, but turns out enemies can't play and he's kind of gain from that. As for how Royal Jesters are right now, I think their biggest weakness is Art's champion pool. It doesn't seem like he doesn't take Senna when that's open. If I remember correctly, he played Ashe last time too, and they banned out a lot of these tier 2 champions against him too. Do not remember exact details, but something along those lines. Really, these can be a bit suffering. Also, drafting was really odd for this state of the game to happen, really, where Detonation Focus Me gets 2 priority picks, like 2 tier 1 priority picks. They're not even tier 1, like they're tier 0, where they're almost always first picked, 100% pick and ban, and they get them on red side as well. Akali was first picked on red side, and then second rotation Syndra was. It's just insane how this happened. And what does fucking Royal Jesters do? They get fucking Ornn. Like, okay, buddy, it's not very high priority. Like, it's a solid champion. Don't get me wrong. It's just, why first pick that when Syndra and Akali's open? Just doesn't make sense. Then Cassio is fine, but not sure. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Syndra matchups because she's never open, so I never see them, right? Akali obviously does this pretty well. Just running this guy down. Flashing there was probably pretty dumb because this guy has lots of reach. Right. Heavy is gonna be a problem again this game. I guess we're gonna hope for the bot lane. Mid lane can also potentially do some stuff, but he's kind of falling behind the farm compared to the counterpart. Still feel that that's probably the state 2, where bot lane is going to be deciding one. Top lane is already won anyway, so winning bot side seems like a good option. So still is around here. They can... Oh no, what is he doing? They're really not on the same page anymore. Now Kaz is doing here, she can't really kite. We're gonna get a replay of that, I hope, so I can go into how that was really bad. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going wrong there, from communication and engage timing and focus, really. So at this point, you go in, right? You back off here. You back off. Rek'Sai is going the wrong way because he wants to keep going, but really shouldn't. Now he goes for zeros on the Syndra as Vivid, and you kind of get punished. And Ninja can't do anything because now they can't actually re-engage anymore. Seems to me that Casio is going for a lot of ages as well. So she's going for a very scaling build. She's gonna not be very useful until very late into the game. Probably gonna take 25 minutes until she's like actually able to fight anything. Probably longer actually. She might finish her Rod of Ages at about now. Okay, I was like, she's probably soon, but still gonna take a while for it to stack up. It's decently valuable, but since you went tier as well, you kind of opt into having to get that item as well. So at that point, it's gonna be like 20 minutes before you actually finish those two items. 20, 23 maybe. 23 if it goes slow from here. Otherwise, it's gonna be like 20. Since it's almost done already. 8. Maybe it's fast actually. Maybe 19 minutes until she finishes, but still needs to be stacked up, and Rod of Ages needs to stack. So during this time, they have to be probably be giving up next dragon still, because Syndra is pretty strong here. Oof, 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 oof. Right, okay. Syndra should be able to back for Ludens. Colley's running down, looking for Casio or something. Ornn is getting some breathing room. Good on him. Okay, well, she wanted that blue buff. She took it through mid. Looking at this team right now, Trundle does run Predator, so he's probably looking to get more ganks off from here on. He's kind of slow on that part. They do have pretty good scaling on the team of Royal Jesters, if I did not say that already, where they don't really have to force stuff. The only one that's really gonna fall off is Rek'Sai compared to their counterpart, and I guess Aphelios and Varus really depend. Varus has really strong, pretty cheap power spikes, while Aphelios might actually scale harder into very late game, but the actual thing doesn't matter. Okay, so this is pretty bad to fight over a Herald. It should not happen, and they're very split right now. So, did they get away from doing this? Oh, I think Ornn might get punished. Okay, never mind, it's fine. Okay, they're looking to dive this at this point, but I think that's kind of should just get elsewhere on the map and focus on that rather. Like, okay, they get the mid lane tower. Maybe they get another charge, I guess. Did decent damage. Replay. At this point, it starts to get a big fight over a Herald, and Herald is not gonna do anything. Like, they got a charge on tower and second tower too, but they could have just taken the tower anyway. So, in the end, the Herald didn't actually do anything. They're just fighting over. I don't know. Heavy got a kill. That's pretty much it. lots of wasted time. Syndra has TLP now, so she should be able to catch people off pretty well. Colley's looking for an opportunity to go in, but not quite there. Top side is currently empty, so they're really trying hard to fight for a dragon this time. Royal Jesters want to really shoot up and pretend that they can actually take this. They cannot. If you're ever in doubt, don't take the objective. Like these, because they're kind of weak. Only really fight for Baron, I think. And Elder, I guess. Or if the dragon gives soul, but this one does not. And the soul is not even that important. So, like, sure, it's a good soul. It helps you with more Ornn ultimates and allows you to reposition correctly. And I don't know. It's just not extremely important though. This fight, as I said, overcommitment by Royal Jesters. They're really losing the fight. They're actually throwing the game by doing this fight. This fight plus the last fight, just losing the game. They don't need to do this. They're gonna outscale. They're gonna just play fine. They weren't really hard losing anyway at that point, and then at this point they're just actually losing it. Seems to have a hard time playing through their actual win conditions. They're just like really dumb because Akali is behind them too. So now, yeah, sure, they burst down Trundle, but now they need to really go hard on the Akali. And all of a sudden they're kind of split up again, and they're not sure what to do. They're low, so they have to back off here. And since they're low, and they're not even looking at the turret that just blew them up pretty much. Right. So he was good for a little while, but then they just kind of overcommit into it, and should have just grouped up, backed off, and then hold ward. If they start it, you can go on them, but otherwise you just chill here, chill there. And then this is scary, I guess. Trundle is so fast. Spread. Rek'Sai seems to be going a more tanky build here. Not quite sure. Maybe gargoyles due to the stopwatch. Seems pretty easy to build from there. Varus has executioners for the healing that Taric provides. Also, gargoyles is done by Nautilus, so he can start probably getting some stuff done. We can hope. Royal Dress really threw it at the Herald fight and the Dragon fight here, so really looking forward to seeing them maybe turn it. Maybe. So far, it's not a lot of stuff happening. They should be probably looking to put some more pressure on the sidelines to get the opportunity to play around Baron. Although they can also just trap and then go for it. It's kind of risky because Cassio has very good surprise potential into clump people. Same with Varus to set that up as well. Do you have the wiping potential in that regard? So add an ult on top of that and it's like a wipe. So yeah, maybe baiting is not a good idea in hindsight. They do have some picks though, and Akali's looking to side lane. Syndra can also side lane decently well. Good disengage, lots of damage on a lot of stuff. But it's less about the threat of them killing you if you go there. It's more like threat of them just not being able to get touched. The only other Syndra pick was a bit disappointing. It was one of the first games, right? It was who was it? I forgot. Maybe it was Axis that had it. Then they had it on bot lane, and let's continue. As I said, this was cut and didn't really add up. So let's see if the new VOD's here. There is no new VOD yet. Are they still live? They're not. Where's the rest of my game? Oh, maybe it's here actually. If we go back, this was the game before. That's a bit awkward, really. It should be the game, right? Right. Where was I? Was it further into the game? Yeah. Right, and then they're getting... It wasn't this far in. But it's fine, like the game is pretty much over. Really, going back a bit to keep talking about stuff, I guess. Game has been very stale for a very long time here now. Not the smoothest transition, no. But it's fine. It's really fine. Cabal just ended. Right? Okay, yeah, we were around here. Putting pressure on the map on the side lanes with their 2 split push threats. They can do a 1-3-1. They good disengage, good clear. Going Baron. I guess that's a possibility. I wonder if they sniffed it out. I guess they're kind of like figured out the Rek'Sai gives it away pretty well. Alright, so they just went for Dragon instead. A lot safer pick. Do they really rely on the ultimates though? Not really. It's just the... I don't know what the Terra Cult's called. But Terra Cult. We got the Subjugate, I guess, should be up for every fight. It's pretty good. Even smaller fights, and you can use it to escape, and then you can use it again for the fight. And Kali Ultimate has pretty long cooldown. So that's also something. Just allows them to keep fighting. Maybe some ultimates are low enough cooldown to get 2 in a row. Do not quite keep track of the cooldowns of them though. If anyone is outstandingly low. What to do from here? Well, what can Royal Jesters do? As I said, they're outscale team, but they have to get to that point where they actually outscale, right? So this is a bit odd for them. How they're like, it's good that nothing is happening for them, but Detonation focus FM should actually like force more fight, I think. Like they currently have Ornn Silent, right? That's good, because then that means they can get items that they can upgrade, more items upgrade, but no one on the team has built anything he can upgrade aside from Bork for Varys, so getting 15 is not really... 14, 15 doesn't really matter at this point. Let's set up a little bit, see what to do here. right? So they got Taric ulti. Can they re-engage? I think it's very rough right now to re-engage due to how they don't really have anything. Well, they do have Ornn ulti to re-engage with, but it's kind of not very good as well. Varus still hasn't gotten his item upgraded. Please upgrade Varus item. What is guys are gonna buy here? I wonder. Is she gonna go for Banshees? I guess it's pretty safe, but want to get some item that Ornn can upgrade, right? Same for Rek'Sai. Nautilus can go for Frozen Heart, I guess. Righteous Glory. Guess those two picks from that. But I don't remember if you can upgrade Righteous Glory. You can upgrade Frozen Heart, right? No, wait, you can't do that. Yeah, this one sucks to be Ornn right now. Why pick Ornn if you're not going to build any items? You have these odd picks. Right, okay. Maybe he's going to upgrade the Infinity Edge for Varus. I guess that makes more sense in some way. Because otherwise you might get too close to attack speed cap with passive, or if you're going to build more attack speed later. Yeah, he's going to go for the Infinity Edge. Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Now I'm following in that regard at least, but the rest of the team doesn't really have anything to upgrade so far. And they're still kind of behind, right? Philips is pretty big with 3 items, 4 if you count boots, and Varus has 3 if you count boots and a half, or 2 halves rather. They don't really add up. They're looking for some kind of pick, I guess, but can't really get anything. No, get Baron finally. Will they? I guess they're really being respectful for Royal Jesters' ability to wipe their team if they get a good engage on them. Mostly because Ornn is bot lane, but he's not TPing for some reason. Like, you should just TP. Now he's TPing, huh? A bit late, but and he was almost there too. That's the worst part here. He's actually there. Like, what is this? Quite a sad story for sure, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Let's skip ahead a little bit. They're pressuring on Drag and Baron again, but this time they're looking to just fight instead. So they get some taps onto Art, and then the ultimate taps, and then they just looking to disengage this. They blew like all summoners of the Rascal Jester spot lane. What they did was they used 3-4 ultimates, no summoners. Aside from that, they also got the ultimates for their bot lane and the top laner on Rascal Jester. So I think that's a pretty good trade. With that, they might actually be able to get Baron due to them not being able to really fight anymore. Not because of the ultimates as much, but rather the summoners. So their bot lane is a lot more accessible for Kali and Syndra. Ooh. Right, so Trundle has 127 vision score this game. Kind of impressive, I guess. Can't say it's not impressive, that's for sure. Right, so now they're starting it again. This is good. They can't really put pressure on anywhere on the map as Rascal Jesters to not allow them to take this. Guess Akali's pressure on the tower here helps them actually split up again. So she's gonna get this. She has Leandri. She got really good fighting power against the Horn. Oh, this... okay. He managed to slip away. But damn, if that ain't close, I don't know what is. So Syndra has the Void Staff too now. Even though she has an Oblivion Orb, it's kind of like they all have MR. So the Oblivion Orb obviously have lost a lot of value at this point. Should probably look to sell it because you don't really want the... you don't really want Morello this game anyway. Maybe not sell it, but like you're not really gonna upgrade at least, right? And since their team has a lot of ways to opt into Magic Resist, maybe shouldn't have built it to begin with. Oops, to begin with. Right, so Evie might get a bit pinched or not. Do you just leave it? Because now they can pressure Dragon Baron again. Damn, they're just being played back and forth. And they just sneaking it out, baiting them into going on Baron so they can get Dragon Soul. Because they can't really take it here, right? It's just not plausible. Damn, they do it pretty fast actually. With Cassio. That's true, true. Fight happens. They drop the Dragon Soul. They manage to secure Baron. If they can, they should really not be fighting this. Cog should absolutely back off. Technically, this is not really worth, I think. Like, they have Baron on 2 people. 3 people died though. I thought Cassio would die as well, so maybe it was worth. It's fine at least. The thing is, now they can't really contest getting the Dragon Soul, so this Dragon Soul is gonna be free. Right, so now they got 40% CDR on their ultimate additionally or something. Yeah, pretty messy fight, but problem is now Detonation Focus Me should always have up their ultimate, so there's no really time of baiting out an ultimate, and then if you don't re-engage instantly, they're gonna have it up again. So not really sure how they're gonna be approaching this from this point. Especially the Taric ultimate is the problematic part here. Oh, they might go for a catch. They get the catch. Maybe they can bail out. Evie is a monster here. Evie might die, but yeah, they get wiped out for this. To get GG, I guess, from the affiliates. But yeah, this is a rough fight here. Should probably try and run to have more time for your team to respawn before they get to inhibs. But yeah, this is rough. Right, so minute inhib at 38 minutes. Why is this game so long, actually? It's actually scary for Detonation Focus Me, because they will eventually get outscaled, right? I think. I mean, if they do fights like this, they'll just keep winning, but Royal Jesters do have the scaling potential, and Well, sure, Tarek is really good, and a failures is fine, and a call is fine in the right team fight. It's nothing you should really be relying on unless the enemies keep fighting you that way, which you shouldn't. So, totally Skirtly very tanky, really. Look at the combo split push threat that he could potentially have been, but I find this option too very solid. Right, Royal Jesters are down 5k gold here. Rightos, rightos, rightos. Baron is spawning soon, like a minute, so they're probably gonna have control of that again, and hopefully trying to sneak that in, or you snap it in rather. They do it very quick on the other side, so they don't really want to leave it open for even like half a minute. No one's really playing on bot side either, so that just means they're very focused on the Baron currently. They're not worried about the Elder either, but the thing is, like, they can always trade objective if they don't really go for Baron as soon as possible here, which is very plausible. Like, I think Elder is stronger currently, but I guess Detonation focus me are just going for this one pick. Oh, right. Okay, what do you use? Subjugation. It's almost halfway up already. We're very close to. Like, duration is almost the same as the cooldown at the point. Right, they choose to not contest this. They could just rush Elder at this point. I'm not sure why they're not in position to do that. They could have been halfway done now if they were in position, but I guess they're just trying to get them as they're walking there. This is this choke point is pretty bad for Detonation Focus Me, being chugged up like that, but their inhib is like being snapped at as well. Cassius should just be sitting really hard on this Elder already, like it should almost be dead, but she's really not. Trying to play to win, it feels like. And because of that, they couldn't really do any fighting here. And then the mid lane is just losing because they TP'd in because of that. Right? So, in a way, Cashew lost the game because no threat. And a lot of micro mistakes to allow Detonation Focus Me to accelerate their game plan, even though they shouldn't be allowed to. It's a lot of bad plays, really. Like, I think the drafting was extremely bad, right? No one can disagree on that. I just think they either extremely bad from Rascal Jesters or it was genius from Detonation Focus Me and about knowing the enemies really well. Just a very long game too. Like, I don't know.